Hey guys, Vincent Giallo here. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Mandy.
Oh, Mandy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. There it is. Couldn't get that up. Well, I couldn't have got that up any quicker.
Look at that.
Yeah, great movie. I mean, you know what? I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. I think,
Nick Cage is back.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, so good.
He's just... I love him. I really do. I've seen every one of his movies.
Yep.
I've probably got 50 or 60 of them on DVD. I don't think I told you that.
Nice.
And one time I have them in a binder. And one of these videos I'm going to do, just flipping the pages of the binder, you can see all the ones I have.
Yeah.
But even his more newer films, Mom and Dad.
I love Mom and Dad.
Yeah, it's good.
That was a great show.
I mean, he's just, he's
no one does crazy like Nick Cage.
No.
No one.
Yeah, that's true.
And lovably. You love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, and he's just, yeah. And so in this film, I mean, you get to see him on full display, figuratively and, visually or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But, running around in his underwear and stuff. But,
Yeah,
but
drunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect, right?
It's Nick.
I mean, what else? Yeah, you know.
Nick's mad, drunk, and half naked.
Yeah, it's...
Screaming in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, he's really something else.
It's amazing.
In this film. But basically, yeah, this is a pretty straightforward story that kind of meanders through all this psychedelic kind of stuff. But it's pretty cut and dried when you really, really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love story.
It's a love story.
And then maybe the second half's more of a revenge story.
Yeah, definitely.
But you've got Nicolas Cage's character and his wife, Mandy, her girlfriend. We don't really know exactly.
I think she's girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Living off, this idyllic world, off in the forest, in the rainforest. It's beautiful, tranquil. You can almost see little garden gnomes running in the background. I mean, it's just this magical, enchanted kind of. At least that's the way it felt to me. It looked wonderful, living there. But then by and by, there's a caravan of Jesus freaks kind of around the area. Kind of. Sauntering around or what have you. But anyway, the lead character sort of spots her.
Yep.
And says, I must have her for my harem or who knows what.
He's basically, he thinks that God has spoken to him and that he can take whatever he wants from this world. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of his gig.
But that's
it's just a thing. He's got some followers that think he's the guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. So he goes, and sets upon, gets his guys to go and basically acquire her, grab her.
Mm-hmm.
But in between that, there's these weird LSD black skull motorcycle guys kind of floating around too.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I don't know if they're tied directly. I mean, they kind of participate in helping get Mandy to this guy.
Yeah.
But I kind of always maybe it's good that they didn't flesh it out more. But I'm still kind of wondering after seeing this film who those guys. And I understand they were like running LSD back and forth for some high profile client or something, and they kind of got into the LSD themselves and became this kind of weird.
Yeah, they created this really high potency version of LSD.
Yeah.
And basically it drove them crazy, and so now they have a lust for blood and this LSD.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get traded one of the lower ranking acolytes from this group. They give him to the Black Skull guys and to eat.
Yeah.
And they gave him some more LSD, and for that they go and they get Mandy. And they also use this strange little horn or something to call them, which was
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
They came. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, finally they get this girl, they get Mandy, and the cult leader brings him back to his little pad there, if you will, and they give her some drugs and they bring out this crazy kind of an insect thing that's kind of injects some kind of a toxin into her, a venom, kind of a psychedelic
Black
thing.
Hornet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole. The whole movie is spectacular. It's psychedelic. It's a trip.
The colors of it is like watching an Argente movie.
Yeah.
The colors like Suspiria, like there's this wash of colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just very different, very artsy. but not just art for art's sake. Like it's visually stunning.
It's like you're watching another world, right? Not Earth, not like the realm we're in. We're in this other world that this is happening in.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I felt.
It's a completely different realm.
Yeah.
And that's why it seems so straightforward to say it's a love story and a revenge flick, and it really is. But it's more than that. The sum is equal to whatever the parts or whatever the thing. Like there's so much other stuff going on. Mm-hmm. It's just like this canvas of
it's like Mandy is reading. She's an artist.
Yes.
Right? So she works part-time at this gas station, but essentially she's an artist, and Nick Cage's character is just smitten with her to no end and loves her art and wants to listen to her. And so she's reading this book, this fantasy book, and it seems to be coming to life. And that's another little thing in this story that's like, oh, what is this now? And it's very interesting.
Absolutely. And I had some thoughts and I want to touch on at the very end. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That whole passage there. I was really kind of analyzing it and thinking this through. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so anyway, he's this Jesus freak guy's got her there, and there's this little scene that unfolds and stuff like that, and so she kind of mocks him and starts laughing, and anyway, so at that point, I think he was planning on keeping her there, but then at that point he kind of has an about face, and in my opinion, he just like she kind of humiliates him.
Oh, totally humiliated him. He thought he was the gift, and she laughed at him like little man syndrom or something. Like,
little well. It's just somewhat of a little man. We kind of see that on display.
Yeah, he didn't take that well.
Yeah, no, and so from there. And there's this whole interesting scene too, where the faces, like his face and her face, and there's a 3-minute scene where this guy is actually delivering this soliloquy, if you will, talking, and he never blinks once in this scene, and it's going back and forth, and
between Mandy's face and his, it's oh my god,
they're
so good,
really, just different. Right?
One of the most amazing visual images I've seen. Because he sucks in, you don't know who you're looking at sometimes. It's like, which one is this?
Well, I know.
It's trippy.
You feel kind of crazy watching it. Like, I'm pausing it and watching this. What am I,
Yep.
But yeah, so that comes out of that. She kind of humiliates him. And I think at that point, he kind of decides that he's got to dispatch her because he's been just totally humiliated, like you say.
Yeah.
And then that's where we start to get into the gore and the horrifying part of this picture, where he decides to kill her. And they bring her out and string her up inside of a sleeping bag and torch this sucker and light it on fire. And I mean... to watch Nicolas Cage over here, watching this unfold, what a performance by him! And
the eyes just told us. God, he was amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
And the guy's doing it. This one guy has this line. He goes, the darker the horror, the brighter the flame. This guy says. Yeah. And Nicolas Cage is watching. I mean, I was like, what a line that is! Crazy. Mm-hmm. And you kind of pans around to all the different murderous thugs in his little coven of guys, if you will, and they're all kind of laughing and stuff, and then to see Nicolas Cage over here watching his girlfriend be burned alive in a sleeping bag,
the love of his life.
Yeah, and that just really sort of sinks in and sets in what's about to unfold in the second half of the movie, and then almost just for a little comedic interlude there, we get the Cheddar Goblin.
Cheddar Goblin.
So Nicolas Cage is over here, and is that at that point where he's tied up watching this? I can't.
No, he's got himself loose. He's going back in the house now, and he's just doesn't know what the hell's going on. Doesn't know where he is. Yeah, and he just takes a moment and
this just kind of walks in, and his TV just happens to have this commercial on this sort of a craft dinner macaroni and cheese thing. It's called the Cheddar Goblin, which has more cheese. Just as a crazy little scene, but just really cool. I think it's become quite popular. There's Cheddar Goblin, very very neat.
Just kind of broke the tension a little bit in a weird way. Yeah, it was an unexpected fun moment.
Yeah, and he kind of looks at the camera and goes, or not the camera, he looks at the TV. He's like, oh, Cheddar Goblin.
Yeah, just yeah.
And then he proceeds to go into the washroom, and this is where things just go off the rails.
He should win an Oscar. For this scene.
I agree.
I know horror movies don't win Oscars. I understand this. Yeah, but to the Academy, take a look at this scene.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
Yeah, really good.
Wow, you gave him one for Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah. Even for this one, or at least he was nominated. Did he win?
No, he did.
He won that. Okay, sorry, that's what I thought.
1998.
So dang, this was probably even more intense than that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think.
So I mean, you've got this. No, you're right.
Yeah, you feel it, man, because he's going insane.
Completely.
And
insane.
you watch it happen on the screen. You can tell also that maybe he's like a recovering alcoholic
Yeah.
or something, eh?
Yeah,
He's damaged.
yeah, he is.
And this snapped him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's unhinged.
Yeah. That's a good word.
He goes, he's digging around the bathroom cabinets, pulls out a bottle of vodka and just watching him drink this, pounding it back.
Oh.
But he's drinking that and he's holding his throat. And I don't know if you've ever drank straight from a bottle of vodka. I mean, I've done it on that occasion. Not anymore, but But I mean, that burns. And I mean, this guy, you can tell, like it's not. It was just realistic. Like I could feel like I was in the moment, not just some guy going, "Yeah, I'm drinking, I'm getting
No,
crazy."
you felt like he was really like drowning his.
Yeah, and he's coughing and he's doing this and he's just, and he's screaming and it's getting louder and louder and crazy and his voice is going hoarse and it's just he just goes off the rails, which is what we would expect and what we'd want. Yeah. And then he's walking around, we should say too, in his baseball tee, and his white jockey shorts kind of and he's just unhinged and just oh man, I honestly love it. I watched that over and over and just loved seeing him doing this and just going crazy.
Well, isn't he also wearing the girlfriend's shirt at the end there? It was like, that's my favorite shirt.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think he's wearing his girlfriend's shirt just kind of as he goes on the rampage.
Oh my god. Yeah. So then we get to the revenge portion of the movie. So he just kind of dispatches these guys. He builds himself this giant sort of
the war axe.
Excuse me, a war axe, kind of a battle axe, crazy thing.
Crazy thing.
And just proceeds to track these guys down one by one. There's a couple chainsaw scenes in here.
You want a chainsaw battle?
Yeah.
This is your movie.
Yeah. Well said.
This is your movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, just watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's something,
Mm-hmm.
And then he proceeds to kind of descend. Now, as he's proceeding throughout to dispatch these guys, he kind of comes to this temple sort of thing that they built out in the middle of this. Looks like some kind of a mine or something.
Yeah.
An old mine.
It's like their new church or something.
Yeah.
For this guy. Yeah.
And he kind of goes down. He's going deeper and deeper.
It's like descending into hell, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And here you've got this guy who thinks he's the savior, but he's actually like Satan incarnate.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least in Nicolas Cage's eyes.
That's right.
And he gets to the bottom and, finally kind of takes this guy. And there's a really great scene there. I won't really spoil it but there's a really powerful scene. And, so he kind of exacts his revenge. And then, he's kind of got all these guys. He's killed all these guys,
Mm-hmm.
And so then you kind of see him emerging. He's in his vehicle driving on that. We kind of talked about this. For me, the end of this movie, it was like as if he was emerging from hell on Earth.
Yeah.
Because basically he was there.
That's right.
But the one thing did you want to talk about real quick? Is there anything you were thinking about the ending or?
No, you're covering it. Yeah. You're good.
Okay, so bear with me, guys. Back to what he was saying about the her reading this book at the beginning. There's a whole passage there, and if you really stop and look at it and listen to what she's saying, it was unfolding at the end as like he was kind of emerging from this novel. Like his whole being in this movie was almost like it was drawn out from this novel.
Yeah.
And like she says, under the crimson primordial sky, surrounded by the jagged black rocks of the ancient volcanic mountain. Now you see him coming out at the end. That's exactly what you're seeing.
That's right.
The wretched warlock reached into the dark embrace of the fissure until his hand touched a smooth, glassy surface, cold as ice. Now, we don't actually see him doing that. That's where he's going. He's emerged, victorious,
Yes.
and he's heading down to this. So, his fist closed around the serpent's eye. Slowly, he withdrew it and held it before him in the fading light of the blood-red suns. It glowed from within, a ghostly emerald light, strange and eternal. All the suffering, all the sorrow, all the thirst and hunger, the loss and murder and blood, which we've just seen unfold, had led him to this sliver of time in which he now found himself. At last were the only words he could conjure. With his inner voice. His thoughts were so frail and weakened.
Interesting.
So that actually tells you what is taking place.
Yeah, foreshadowing. It's totally foreshadowing.
Beyond, so his girlfriend has been dispatched in a horrifying way.
Oh yeah.
But we're wondering what happens to him at the end. He's just driving out of this madness. But he's actually heading towards something greater.
Right.
And if you see, there's a few little kind of cartoonish, kind of animated segments in the film as well. And I don't know, I could be wrong on all this. This is the way I saw it. The animated, the first one, you sort of see her looking back over her shoulder at him. And the second one, the second or third animated portion, you actually see, this is after she's been murdered. He's having this dream flashback kind of animation thing. You actually see him kind of, and he's wearing, she's standing over him. He's actually like this lion. Well, he's actually wearing the lion T-shirt. So he is the lion. She's standing over him, and she actually reaches into his chest and pulls out this green emerald.
Interesting.
Which is actually in the book. And which is where he's kind of gone through all this craziness. And beyond the movie, he's heading towards this salvation and happier times, if you will.
Right.
As she was reading in the book, and to collect the silver chalice and the emerald green and blah, blah, blah. Wow. And if you stay for the credits and watch the credits, I'm a stickler for that. I always stay for the stinger at the end of the credits. You actually see her drawing board, and you actually see a picture of him, his character, and then also the lion or the panther or what have you in behind, so that it does confirm that these are he's basically the lion as he was visualizing and as she read in the book.
Wow. And
it kind of all ties it together, sort of. So he went into this dark place, obviously, and he's kind of emerged, and it sort of ties into that. So that's
wow.
I don't know.
That's incredible.
Pretty cool.
That's very cool. It's a deep movie. There's a lot of layers, and more watching, you'll probably discover more things.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, this director, Cosmatos, is probably our age's Kubrick.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
It's really something special.
Yep.
And his first movie was spectacular as well, and just intense. And the one last thing that I just wanted to say, at the end of this movie, before you wait for the stinger, you're watching the credits. Every movie, dude, you watch.
Yeah.
You watch some horrifying ending or whatever, and then the credits come on, and then it's playing some crazy song that kind of takes you out of the moment of the film.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Boom, and I'm like, geez, I don't like this. Like, why do they just change the tone?
Like the Dream Warriors and with Freddy.
That might be the only one I actually like.
Okay.
That Dawkins song is awesome.
Dawkins good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
That might be the only one I think is really, really great.
I digress.
I actually wrote that down. No, but oh jeez, no coming back from that. But like usually it'll end on a down note, and then you hear like this kind of crazy music out, and like it takes you right out of the thing. Yep. But this, I was like, man, this would be perfect, and it happened. The movie ends. He's emerging, and the credits. There's a very faint, like almost like a forest sound, like background. There's no music. It's just very quiet, and you're just sitting there thinking about everything you saw, not being disrupted by all this jangly, weird music.
Very cool. Nice.
Fantastic.
I love it. Yeah, it's really good.
And,
nice observation.
Well, I mean, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, that is our look at Mandy. Hope you guys enjoyed
Do
that.
more, Panos.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you haven't seen Beyond the Black Rainbow, his first movie, go check that out as well.
Trippy.
Yeah, very. So anyways, guys, leave us some comments below if you can.
Let us know.
Subscribe, greatly appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.